Institute to interview Dr. Greg Rose. So Greg, how were you originally introduced to the game of golf?
It's actually a long story, but I'll make it short. I actually never played golf until I was in college. And when I was a sophomore at the University of Maryland, I was going to school for engineering. Used to be a civil engineer, structural engineer. I got put on a job site to build a house on a golf course. And when I was out there, I was looking at the golf course, and one of the guys that I was working with, I said to him, I said, "Have you ever played golf before?" And he said, "No." And I said, "You know, it seems like a pretty cool sport." And he's like, "Hey, you should try it sometime," because he told me he liked it. And when I was going to the University of Maryland, that's where Fred Funk was the head coach, and they had a great golf course there. And I borrowed some clubs from my dad. I remember there were Wilson gooseneck staff irons, and I went out and played, and I fell in love, became addicted. I actually got a job 3 months later working at a golf course in part-time engineering, and believe it or not, got down to scratch golfer in less than 2 years.
Wow.
Became an addict, a total addict.
And when did you become interested in golf, health, and fitness?
Well, another long story, I'll short, but let's see, when I decided to become a chiropractor, it was midway through my engineering at Maryland, and I went out to chiropractic school in Iowa, and basically Iowa was very different from Washington, D.C., where I was growing up. And when you get to your last year in chiropractic, you have to do a residency. And in that residency, they don't give you patients. You have to treat a certain number of patients or you don't graduate. Now, I don't know about most people out there, but most people don't want to get treated by a student, especially a student chiropractor. So I was like, I got to figure out how to get patients. So what I did is I went and got my golf gloves out of the closet, because they were in the closet for almost 2 years while I was going to chiropractic school, and I decided to go down to the golf course and start playing. And I remember when I was at Maryland that every time I played, somebody would complain of shoulder pain, back pain, hip pain. I said, I'll go play, and hopefully they'll pair me up with 1, 2, or 3 people, and hopefully one of these people will complain of pain. I'll give them my card, tell them to come see me, and if they don't, well then I'll just play golf and I won't be so mad about not graduating. And I realized that this was a huge business, and really quickly I had all these patients that were golfers, and the rest is history.
So what led to the formation of the Titleist Performance Institute?
Well, actually, it was the CEO of Titleist, Wally Uline, basically came and saw a gym that I built in Washington, D.C. It was called Club Golf. He actually came down there with a young 9-year-old, his son, Peter Uline, who was being coached by Dave Phillips, who's also the co-founder here. Dave was always bringing me his clients, and he said, I want you to see this young kid, Peter Uline, and Wally's dad came with him, and I think Wally saw what we were doing in fitness, and Wally's very visionary, had a lot of insight into what was happening in the golf business, and he felt that what I was doing, the fitness part, potentially was going to be a big piece of the future in golf, which back then nobody thought that, but he did. And he said that he felt like for Titleist this was a great thing, that if they could support something like this, we could help grow the game of golf, get more people playing, keep them playing longer. And he said, I don't know how, but I just want to support this. And Dave Phillips, myself, and Wally really helped design and kind of created the brain trust that built what TPI was. And with Titleist's backing, we built this in 2003, and again, the rest is history.
Have there been any unexpected hurdles or unexpected benefits along the way?
I would say the only hurdles that we've had is the demand. We never realized this year, Katie, will be teaching our certification seminars in 23 countries. I never thought we'd be in 5 continents by April teaching classes. So finding instructors, coordinating seminars has been quite an adventure in a good way.
What do you enjoy most about your role at Titleist Performance Institute?
I always tell everybody that I hire, everybody that works for me, I always tell them I expect 100 hours a week work. I said, I expect 100 hours a week from you because that's what I work, is 100 hours per week. And I said, the only way I'm going to get 100 hours of work from you is if you love what you do, because I absolutely love everything I do, and I can work 100 hours because I don't think it's work. I just feel like it's hard for me to name a bad part of our job. We get to meet great people, we get to travel all over the world. We have a great mothership that supports what we do. It's really cool part.
Is there anything you find frustrating about your career?
I wish, like everybody else in the golf business, I wish I had more time to play golf. That's a little frustrating, but I can't complain because when I play, I get to play some really nice courses.
And you're known as a pioneer in the field of analyzing golf swing 3D motion capture models. How do you feel TPI's research in that area has impacted the game of golf?
Well, I think the biggest thing that 3D has done to the game of golf is it's shown that there's not one way to swing a golf ball. I mean, that's the one thing that we've promoted in our models is that, you know, if you have one model out there and you think everybody needs to be in one certain position, well, we can show you somebody that probably makes over $1 million a year that probably doesn't do what you're thinking. So 3D has shown us that it's not just about what you look like, it's how you generate power, transfer power, and how efficient you are, and there's a lot of ways to get the job done. So I think it's broadened coaches' methods and ways of looking at golf swings like never before.
How important is it for a golfer to stretch and warm up before they swing a golf club?
Well, you know, I know the cliches, you know, they always say the most important piece of equipment is your body, but it is true in that, you know, that is really your only way to control golf flight is with your body. And if you have, you know, if you're driving a car and you've got a flat tire, it's pretty obvious the car's not going to drive right. For some reason, for some people, it's not obvious that if my right shoulder doesn't elevate properly, that it's like a flat tire. And there are simple things that everybody can do to warm their body up so that it's not an obstacle. And I'm not saying it has to be an advantage. We just want to remove the obstacles, right? So stretching is a huge part of just some type of warming up. Stretching can be done in many different ways. You can stretch and strengthen at the same time. But as long as you prepare your body, just like you were going out, taking a car across the country, you'd probably do some checks before you went. You should probably treat your body the same way.
What are your top 3 exercises that you recommend to golfers to help them improve?
Top 3 exercises. Okay, I would say one of them, or I should say 2 of them, is the chop and the lift. And this is an exercise that we do all the time, which is a diagonal pattern across your body. That's a chop, which is basically the downswing. A lift, which is basically the backswing. So I like doing it with a cable machine with bar, doing a chop, and same thing with a lift going across. And then if I had one more, glute is the king of the golf swing. So buns of steel is pretty important, and I'd say of those, you know, I'd have to between a deadlift and maybe a split squat. Those would be my top 3.
And what advice would you give to someone who wants to get fit for golf but they're not sure where to start?
Well, I think just like any other sport, it's difficult to do something if you don't know what the problem is. So the first thing you should do is you should get evaluated. I mean, that's why we do our seminars all over the world. We literally have over 10,000 certified professionals now in 56 countries, or maybe in 57, I think we just added. So you can find a TPI certified professional that can screen you. Go into any golf professional that has been in the business for a long time. They can give you some guidance. A lot of fitness professionals, medical professionals also that are working with golfers can give you some guidance. But go get some help. Have somebody lay out the program for you, because if you don't, then you're just guessing, and now you're going to have to do everything. So you might have to work out for 2 hours, but if somebody showed you, here's your problem, you can maybe get your workout down to 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and that's efficient.
And where can someone find TPI?
All of our information is free for the public on our website, which is mytpi.com. No, just thanks for coming. Thanks for promoting.
Thank you for letting me interview you.
Very well.
Curious how Katie can help you lower scores? Visit katiebakken.com.